right, good afternoon and welcome to today's professional development. Today's topic is going to be incorporating multimodality into your pedagogy. At the beginning of a school year, I sent you a Prezi presentation of my virtual learning LibGuide, which I created last year as the pandemic shut down our schools. Today, as part of our PD session, I'd like to briefly go through the LibGuide together with you, as I've curated some resources that are quite valuable for students, parents, but most importantly, teachers. My hope is that I can learn from you as well during today's session, and perhaps we'll have some time to chat to see which apps you think are beneficial or not. So we're going to begin with my Prezi presentation. Let me get it loaded here for you. And it begins with the main screen. And as you start the presentation, it brings you to Biteable and brings you a short video I created on the importance of digital storytelling. It's a very easy to use app. It can be used by anyone. All right. So then, just so you know, may not know, LibGuides are virtually websites made by librarians. The amount and type of information varies, and this one that I created was meant to support students and staff during virtual learning, but can be used at any time. So we'll go next to the home page, and the welcome page of the LibGuide will take you to welcome messages. It's kid-friendly, and then there's internet safety videos and Flipgrid so that the students and I can leave messages for each other. So it has an overview, and there's internet safety and student connection. Okay, so the next page on the LibGuide is the students page. On the Prezi, due to design constraints, I only offered a glimpse of 4 sections. However, the LibGuide itself offers 5 subpages, which are exercise, science, Legos, games, and also drawing. The exercise section will offer yoga, soothing music, cardio, and other activities to aid in the students' social emotional learning. The next is my favorite section, which is science. And here they can watch live animal cams. They can read the latest in science news. They could sing a fun and catchy song about planets and much more. For those that love building things, the Lego page is a fun area that has building ideas. It even has an inspiring video about a young man who's in Spain who built his very own prosthetic arm, not once, but twice. On the last page on the students section is the game page. And there's no denying that kids love video games. So here I collected a bunch of links that range from your basic card games to typing, practicing, coding, and even some really cool video games that also help teach lessons of internet safety. The unknown drawing page offers cool things like scribbling online, illustration tips from authors, and a thought bubble. Next up is the teachers page. Again, being that I created this last spring, I wanted to help have digital resources to assist with virtual learning. So while I was doing so, I also thought that it would be important to have information for teachers as well. Although you're not able to see the many tools that I have listed for you on the LibGuide, in just a few minutes I will go over those. The last page is the parents page. Here, parents get access to emotional support, advice for parenting through virtual learning, a link to Common Sense Media, as well as a link to contact me directly. An important thing to remember is that LibGuide is a digital resource. It is accessible to students and teachers alike 24/7 from home or from school. But what's most important to know is that you as a teacher, as you can use it as a reference section as well. And should you ever require or be interested in supplemental resource for your lessons, I encourage you to contact me as I always update my resources. As a school librarian, I'm here to assist you in supplementing your lessons, to co-teach, and to aid in bringing the national standards into your classroom. Okay, so let's continue on. So again, our goal as the school librarian is to offer support not only to the students, but also to staff as well. So this is my LibGuide here with access to over 40 sites and activities. It really is quite versatile and offers something for everybody. So I'm going to take you to the actual page itself. And the link that I've supplied you with takes you directly to the teachers page. You'll see up here is the home page, students page, which has their subsections, the teachers page, parents page, and this was a reflection I had to create. So as I go through here, I just see that there's this resource here has a whole bunch of different documents and tech tips for teaching digitally. Then there's graphic organizers. Here is for those who might need some assistance with teaching using technology, which all of us could use a little extra help with it. This Tech Like a Pirate is a book that's available. There's also videos that accompany it. HyperDocs I'm going to go over with you shortly. It's a wonderful tool that helps with lesson planning. Here as well, you'll see I offer some positive messages, some music, a little message from me, Common Sense Media link. Here's some Zoom meeting ideas. This is how to use breakout rooms. I know now when I created this, the breakout rooms were fairly new. However, I'm constantly updating the site, so I have to find something different to engage, to show about new and engaging, innovative ideas to use on Zoom. Here's an uplifting message from a teacher from New York. And the importance of building your personal learning network, which I had created on Twitter, which I follow and chat with librarians and authors alike. It's a great tool to use. And also on the LibGuide, I have access to my other LibGuides that I've created. Some just directly for kids, others for, this is the main library media center, and so forth. So feel free to peruse it at your own time. Lastly, here I have a Padlet that is for all production tools. Here on the Padlet, you'll see information about Padlet, Bitable, Venngage, ChatterPix, YouTube, Pictochart, and Mentimeter. Mentimeter is a really cool tool that allows you to create word bubbles and surveys for children. Okay, so that's what you can find here on my LibGuide. So let's go back to the slide presentation. And I want to discuss with you HyperDocs, as I mentioned before. So HyperDocs is a lesson planning tool. They are templates that are there to be accessed by teachers. It's a free website. There is a paid service if you'd like to get involved in training and in designing lessons and such. But it is a free to use tool. There is a book that I purchased that offers more suggestions to go along with it. But HyperDocs is really great lesson plans. They offer, as I said, templates that you can recreate into your own lesson planning. But it's a way of bringing everything into one document. You can bring media, you bring the whole lesson, you bring interactivity, and it's a way of being able to administer a lesson to students digitally, and everything is accessible through that document. So they don't have to go searching off to another site to go look for new web pages and such. Everything is accessible directly on that document, and then they can also input onto that document as well. So, like I said, HyperDocs is a way of taking something just ordinary, an ordinary lesson plan that you would create, but now you don't have to create separate entities for yourself and for students. You can put it all in one document and give it to them, and it's going to be fun and engaging and colorful and exciting, and everything's all in one place. So it's very organized. So there's like I said before, there's 10 formats to choose from that can be adjusted to any way that you see fit. This is just a sample one of them. You'll have put your lesson title in, and it goes through stages for you that help organize your thoughts and processes when you're trying to create a lesson to make sure that you include every step along the way. So here you so engage, explore, explain, apply, share, and reflect. And so here's another sample hyperdoc that's created. And this gives clear instructions. So on the left here, we're going to see there's engage. And then it has a section for the students. What are your tasks to do? Then you're going to explore. And what do they have to do during that section? There's an explain section. Again, more tasks for the students. So this is what similar type of templates that you'll find that are completely adjustable and can be recreated for your own needs. This is a lesson I had created called Spanish Around the World. It was a lesson that was engaging for students. It was during it was a part of a whole entire lesson plan that would take multiple weeks to complete. But each week the students could go back into their document and access where they were at and continue from there. So no matter the length or complexity of your lesson, like I said, HyperDocs is the place to go to bring your lesson plans into something creative and usable for you and your students alike. And as I said, if there's any other resources that you'd like or that you think are more suited to you, your needs, please make sure to contact me. So thank you so much for joining me. Here you can find my Twitter at @Caparelli. My Instagram is Mrs. C Library. I've included here today my critique from my creation of this multimodal presentation. I have resources here for you available. These are links that you can access to get directly to the tools that I mentioned. Here are my references, the 2 books that I used to help in the creation of my professional development session for you today. And that's that. Thanks so much for joining.